Hey everyone, I'm Sam from Notion. Today, I'm going to show you how to use custom agents to build a personalized meeting assistant for a weekly project sync. It pulls from project docs, a decision log, and the previous week's recap, bringing everything together in an agenda for review. After a meeting, it creates a recap with action items and shares it in Slack so the whole team knows what's next. And once it's set up, it just does this automatically every week. I'll walk you through how to build this agent from 0 to 100. In order to get to our custom agent, we're going to go up to the top left here to the sidebar, find our agent section, click the plus button, and here we'll see the agent chat box. Now, all I need to do is describe what I need in the chat and let the agent take it from there. So let's say that I want to create a meeting agent that helps me prepare and create recaps for my weekly launch syncs with engineering and design. So we can stay on top of progress for Project Bolt. Now that I've put in that initial prompt, what the agent will do is set up all of the initial instructions, tools and access, and triggers, and we can modify from there. Now we have an initial setup for the agent. Let's first look at the tools and access to make sure the agent has what it needs. First, let's make sure that it can view all the relevant company pages. Then let's add the relevant Project Bolt database. Switch the access to can edit content, and do the same thing for our meetings database. Next, let's make sure it has the relevant calendar access. Here, we can see that the agent already has a calendar section. So all we need to do is add the relevant calendar account, make sure that it can read and write, and then hit save once again. Finally, we'll make sure that the agent has the right access for Slack. For the project channel, we want to make sure that it can read and write. And let's hit save. Next, we're going to move on to triggers. Triggers tell the agent when to run, so getting the timing right really matters for a meeting assistant. Here, we'll go to Add Trigger. We want the prep notes to be sent on Wednesday, 11 a.m. So all we have to do is find the relevant day and time and click Add Trigger. We also want there to be a post-meeting recap, also on a weekly basis. So let's add another trigger. We'll go to the weekly scheduling and change it to Thursday, 4:45 p.m. Now let's look a bit closer at our agent instructions. Instructions are our agent's blueprint. This is where all of the logic lives. And as I chat with my agent, it will intelligently build out the instructions for me. Let's open up the instructions page so we can see it a bit clearer. We can see that there is an overview, what to do when asked to prep for the launch sync, what to do when asked to write the recap, how to interpret the project, any style guides, and if info is missing. One thing that makes a huge difference here is adding examples. So if I show my agent what good looks like, it gets way more consistent. Let's do that by dropping in a sample agenda, a sample recap, and even a sample Slack message. Here, we'll start a new chat with the agent and say to keep the agenda simple, 5 to 8 bullets, open action items up top, and decisions needed at the end. Also include a note of adding structure to my Slack recap, 2 to 3 takeaways, a quick action item summary, and a link back to the full notes. Update instructions accordingly. This will help provide some structure to the agent so you get the recaps and previews that you would like. It will ask if you will allow it to update its instructions. Once you feel comfortable, make sure you do so. And it can even show changes. So this is where it's made the structure clear for both preview and recap. Save. The other section on the right side to note is the model configuration, which is under the advanced configuration section. Here, Notion AI will just default to the best model it thinks your task will take, but you can always change it based on the model options that Notion provides. Now that my agent is fully configured, I want to make sure it actually works the way I expect it before I start running it on its own. So let's test it. I can run the agent manually to simulate each trigger and see exactly what it produces without waiting for the scheduled time. So let's click Run Agent. Great. So the agent was able to understand that there are two scheduled recurrence triggers, the Wednesday and Thursday ones. So let's first test that Wednesday 11 a.m. scheduled run, which should be the prep. Yes, please test the prep packet based on the most recent meeting notes. Great. So as you can see, the agent was able to see what needs to be highlighted, any dependencies or blockers, and what to resolve for the next meeting. Now let's test the other trigger. Test the weekly Thursday 4:45 p.m. trigger. And it's posting the message in the Slack channel. It will ask for permission to continue since it's a manual run. It says it's posted the message. Let's check. Great, we can see the message here. So agent was able to read our Notion databases and our calendar and post the latest meeting here. When we click out, we can see that we have an activity log, which shows all of the agent actions. And if anything ever feels off, you can just keep chatting with the agent to troubleshoot. In this activity log, you'll be able to see every run the agent makes, what happened, and whether it worked. And that's it. Now we have a meeting assistant that takes care of agendas and recaps after every weekly sync, including all of the context it needs to do a good job. Custom agents like this take the busy work off of your plate so you can stay focused on moving things forward.